Recordings off AM radio may in fact have more information on them than you anticipated. If you have recorded the adjacent channel heterodyne, it is possible to pick up stations either side and even further afield from the main carrier that you were initially recording. Let's now have a look at the spectrum and explain what's happening. Here we see a spectrum display of audio from the tape. Now that's the audio information. Here we have at the top end of the audio a 9 kHz heterodyne with sidebands. Now that is, if you listen on a wideband receiver, the whistle you hear, that actually has information about the stations either side of the main carrier and even further afield. And here's an 18 kHz whistle or heterodyne. Now with good enough equipment you can actually decode that and hear the main program, the station next to it, and the station further afield. In fact, if you had really wideband equipment, you could listen to the whole broadcast band, but that's a bit hard. So we'll have a look at this in the other mode, in the other spectral mode, and have a look at it. There we are. That's the 9 kHz heterodyne, and that's the program material, the audio. So we've got quite a hefty signal there to decode. I can't see the 18 kHz, it must be a bit weak. We may not be able to get it on this one, but we'll have a listen and see what we can find out on the receiver. The way to decode these signals is to play them through a hi-fi AM transmitter. Now if you don't have a good transmitter at your disposal, you can use a signal generator. And a good quality laboratory signal generator will do just as well.
It's a silly language, isn't it? 5:06. This is 2BO. Good morning. It's Thursday here. I'll just turn the calendar over.
Now this is Clive Robinson, recorded in about 1982 from 2BL and received in Melbourne. Now if we have a listen on the receiver here,
well done.
It's being transmitted, and then 9 kHz either side we should hear the station that was next to it.
We both lived for you.
So we'll tune up.
Well, the minimum of one of us has lived for another day.
Bit of breakthrough there. We may even be able to get the next station up. It's a bit weak. There's a something there.
That's about it, isn't it? I can't think of anywhere else to go. I'll think about it. Say 5:05. Nothing much happening here. You can't.
We have equalized the audio to make it easier to decode. The synthesized carrier is very unstable because it's basically been multiplied up, so it magnifies the wow and flutter effects on the tape.
Visual developing tonight, 30 different good maximum, 19 degrees, wind between 7 rates 15 and storm 14. Stay down. They talk about so many thousand meters high.
So there you are. We're listening to a Tasmanian station transmitted in 1982, listening to it now, sort of, and 2BL as well, tuning up and down the dial, as recorded in the whistle, the heterodyne, the 9 kHz heterodyne.
The Deputy Liberal Party Party leader, Sir Philip Lynch, last night declared his full support for Mr Fraser. Sir Philip issued a statement after a day...
Well, there you are, a little insight into radio archaeology.
Fraser's leadership. Sir Philip said the statement was made with the full knowledge and concurrence of all Liberal ministers.